So I'm kind of writing a book now. Um, I haven't written. Well, I had a book that I was writing a long time ago that I kind of abandoned that whole thing. But I have a new project, a new book project that I'm going to be finishing. Um, I'm going to be finishing research on that here pretty soon, and I have my premises and everything mapped out. I'm just trying to do more research on things that are possibly relevant to the idea of peace. Um, Peace is something that I think needs to be elucidated a little more, and talked about a little more. Um, and my book is going to be about basically about um, deconstructing the whole idea of peace. It's going to be about human nature and who we are, who humans are, who we are as people, and it's going to be about peace and sort of deconstructing the idea and then bringing it back up a little bit to think about any um, possible ideas of peace that can be achieved. I've just been thinking about peace with all the violences that have been going on um, recently. So I'm going to be writing this, and it's going to be having to do with existentialism of Heidegger and Sartre and de Beauvoir and Camus, and also of like post structuralism of Derrida, of Foucault, and Deleuze, and Jean-Luc Nancy, and Paul Ricoeur also. Oh, and also when I did my little video about what my next project is going to be between Habermas, Virilio, and Ricoeur, it's gonna be Ricoeur. Somebody said Ricoeur, so I'm gonna be doing Paul Ricoeur's oneself as another, and in like a part by part fashion. Somebody also recommended Marcuse. I don't know a whole lot about him, so otherwise I might do stuff about him. I don't know a whole lot about him. So I guess in this video I want to sort of deconstruct the idea of peace. Peace, I guess, is characterized as a lack of violence, a lack of conflict, a lack of war. And the idea of peace, the way we understand it now, doesn't exist and can never exist. And I'm going to sort of I'm writing a book about this, which is why I'm thinking about it like this. And I will probably, once I have actually something written in this book, I'm still doing research on it, so once I have something written, then I'll probably talk a little bit more about it. But let's see. So peace. Peace is something that can occur at a local level, I think. When there's a local sociality or local love, there can be a peace where people are being loving rather than violent to each other. However, lack of violence in general is not a possibility. Because the truth is that even if there is a period of peace, there's a period of violence going on at the same time. We might not know about it, we might not hear about it, and the whole media telling us, like the news and all that stuff, it's carefully orchestrated, I think, to give us a picture of things and to scare us, I think. Not always scare us, but it's always an orchestrated picture to say a certain thing. And if that makes sense. It's kind of a thing that is difficult to pin down, I think. So I think that will take some thought of my part to think about peace a little bit more. But I think the peace can be deconstructed by the fact that peace is very, 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 very much related to violence. Because when we have a lot of violence and then there is none for like a short period after all this violence, we think about it as peace, a time of peace. Really, it isn't. Peace is not really a thing that exists. It's not really a tangible thing. It's a very small thing that exists in very, very infinitesimal and minute states, and not really anything beyond that. So the idea of peace and violence, these two antithetical concepts, they cannot be separated from each other. And that's the whole problem. I think with that, you can't any more longer think of this whole idea of peace as being something that can be achieved. Some people think that we can achieve like world peace or achieve peace in a country or peace in any large state at all, and I think that it's just wishful thinking that there can ever be peace on a global scale or peace on a nationwide scale. So this is kind of some things I've been thinking about, and I'll discuss more about my project, my book project, which is going to be called The Dispersion of Peace. Not that I'm advocating for violence, but anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and thank you.